testing is something that we think is going to happen, and then we go to the high school drive-through, and it turns out we don't know whether we're better for 2 days. But, boy, will we ever feel more confident knowing that you've got your people lined up, Secretary Mnuchin has his people lined up, and we get a deal done. And if there are other things that need to be done later, even a second bill, the bill to be able to put money in the workers' pockets, 150 million people watching us now in one form or another, Ms. Speaker, can't we get a deal that says to them, the 150 million workers, you have nothing to fear from Washington. You're going to get your money. You're going to be able to keep your job for at least 30 days while we finish this, and we've done this for you. Can we say that right now?
We can say it when we have a deal, and that could be imminent in a number of hours. I can say that we're all receptive to getting something done. We all know that everybody doesn't write their own bill, that it's a series of compromises, and that we think the bill has moved sufficiently to the side of workers with the respect. We actually are talking to the employers about what they think the traffic will bear and the rest. So this isn't a conversation with workers and not with the airlines or other industry, right. Hospitality, parking, you name it. You go to restaurants, you go down the list, and trying to be discreetly trying to address their problem. So it is not a one-sided conversation on our part. However, things like a $500 billion slush fund was really insulting.
I understood, and I think that I think the secretary has come to that agreement with you and has some sort of a transparency faction. Get the inspector general, get an oversight panel. But I want to leave you with this sense. One, would you put business to the test, large business, and say you should join the pledge of Kevin Johnson from Starbucks and keep your employees on? And then in return, can you give us a pledge that you will make some compromise, Secretary Mnuchin make some compromise, and the American people, the 150 million workers know you will be protected by our government. You will be. Promote the general welfare. The general welfare will be promoted by the end of the day.
Well, I think that's very possible. But until they have a deal, I can't announce a deal. But I can say that everyone appreciates the gravity of the situation, at least in Congress, the gravity of the situation, the need, that timing is everything. But that, again, this is a multifaceted approach that we have to take it with all of this and addressing the needs of the workers. It's desperate. I don't have to explain to you how desperate it is in families and the rest. But they're faith-based organizations, they're nonprofits, they're all kinds of community activists who are trying to meet the needs of people. Last night I thought we were at a good place, and then all of a sudden they said we're not doing any food stamps. We're not doing that.
Right.
They not do that. People are hungry. They don't have food. Now more than ever, we need some of those kinds of initiatives. And as I say, a formula that is specific to the COVID-19.
Right.
Not making policy for the general. COVID-19. We want more money for elections so that there can be more absentee ballots and vote by mail and the rest of that. Not forever, just for this period of time. So whether we get those or not, we'll see. But again, we have in all three of this will be the third bill, and the first two bills kicked the can down the road where we couldn't come to agreement and said we'll do it next. But they don't always do it next, like they didn't do medical leave, they didn't OSHA to protect our workers and that. So is that something we can absorb in order to go forward? It just depends on the balance. I think we're on a good track. I think the Senate Democrats have moved the bill